What we do is we try to get attention for activist causes using any method we can. And humor seems to be a good method to get stuff into the media. We use humor as a way of kind of creating a hook to let journalists write about issues that they care about. So it's a form of collaboration really with journalists, just giving them a story. And this whole talk I'm giving is supposed to be about collaboration and drinking beer and talking with people about projects and having crazy ideas that you discuss with friends over beer maybe and see where it goes. Bouncing the idea back and forth, improving it, and then deciding to spend days and days working to make it happen. We wanted to draw attention to Canada's stance on climate change, so which is backwards. And you've got the tar sands, which are the single most polluting energy installation in the world. And so you've become suddenly one of the world's worst carbon emitters. And we wanted to draw attention to this in Copenhagen. Also, the government has been dragging its heels on the talks on any actual treaties and holding the whole process back. We basically just sent out a series of press releases with them. The first one was a fake press release from Environment Canada, Prentice's office, and it said Canada's changed completely, we realize things are bad, we need to avert catastrophe, we will cut down emissions, we will totally support a great treaty, we'll lead the way, and furthermore we accept the concept of climate debt. That the wealthy world has become wealthy by emitting carbon. And we've emitted basically 80% of the carbon in the atmosphere, the excess carbon in the atmosphere. And the ones suffering from that are vastly predominantly in the developing world, 80% of the effects. There's already 300,000 people in the developing world who die every year because of the effects of climate change. And so the second release was a fake release from the Ugandan delegation to the to Copenhagen talks, saying, fantastic, this is great, wonderful. And then there was a third release. This one was from a different website from the Canadian Environment, the Environment Canada, saying those scoundrels, they sent out this fake press release on our behalf, and they raised false hopes among the Ugandans who thought that things were going to go well for them. The first release, nobody bought. Nobody actually thought Canada was doing the right thing. But the follow-up releases, people believed by and large, and it created quite a bit of media, especially since the government cooperated quite a bit with the whole thing. This is Dimitri Soudis, the Prime Minister's spokesperson, confronting Stephen Guilbeault, who's the head of Equiterre, an environmental NGO in Quebec, confronting him and saying, why did you send out these press releases? He had nothing to do with it. The CBC caught the whole thing on video and sent it out, and it's pretty funny. Prentice, your environment minister, begged Stephen Chu for a photo op for 10 minutes, or their chiefs of staff spoke to each other, and the head of staff of Prentice begged Stephen Chu's head of staff for a photo op for 10 minutes and admitted at the end that it was because he wanted to change the story after this barrage of press releases. So it seems to have worked so well that, in fact...
Yeah, I don't know whether I'm using strong language, but I certainly think the consensus out there would be nobody wants a catastrophe. I don't think Canadians want that reputation. We can conduct ourselves as in Copenhagen, and I pray we're more honest, really. I don't think the tar sands issue could be cloaked away, since we live in a period of climate-related uncertainty, so I think we also, for us, are reevaluating. I think basically Canadians are so put off at where the government's been going on the economy, and I don't quite frankly think we've had enough investment in the renewable energies and greener development that's very essential. So we're going to tone back our weak subservience to dirty oil and send a fatal blow to the carbon monopoly. I hope and expect people at Davos will listen, for ultimately I want courage to carry the day.
Yeah.
idea of collaboration is really what we're most interested in these days. A lot of people have great ideas, and more people write to us and say, we want to do this, or you guys should do this. And we've decided to actually create a sort of institute and a workshop structure where people can come and do this. NGOs can send members, activist groups can send members, and we can brainstorm, or we can go to where they are. We can brainstorm actions and basically put it in their hands. So that's mainly our project right now, but that's not even necessary. All you have to do is realize that you can just come up with ideas, brainstorm them with each other, figure out the best way to do it, and just do it. It's not rocket science. We have no special talents for this. We're not good actors. We're okay actors, but not that great. It's mainly just a matter of wanting to do it and spending the time to do it.